Good evening, friends, and welcome to June's bonus video. Um, it's obviously very late. Goodness, it's 20 to 11. um, but we're here. I was going to go for a longer story. However, Ulysses was quite long. So I found something a little bit shorter. Just means that I will come back and read the longer story another time. I've gone for a book which was gifted to me last year for my birthday from a very good friend. It is Norse fairy and folk tales, compiled by James Shephard, and it was gifted to me by my friend Mel. She is also an author. Writes under the name. Bear with me. You can find her work under the name M.R. Smith. That's M for Mike, R for Romeo, Smith. She's wonderful. I love her to bits. Very talented lady. So this book, yes, Norse fairy and folk tales. The blurb of the whole book reads as follows. Scandinavian fairy tales belong in the world's treasury of beloved stories, with many of our most familiar tales having Norse origins. It was a Norwegian bridge that the three billy goats Gruff trapped over. This collection offers a smorgasbord of giants, trolls, and clever and not so clever siblings, all conforming to the recognisable fairy tale tropes set earlier by the Brothers Grimm. The stories give you a fascinating insight into Nordic concerns in the 19th century, the time at which these tales were collected from native oral storytellers. And the story that I have opted to go for here for you today is Taming the Shrew. This version has been written for us by G.W. Dasent. So, once on a time, there was a king, and he had a daughter who was such a scold, and whose tongue went so fast there was no stopping it. So he gave out that the man who could stop her tongue, should have the princess to wife, and half his kingdom into the bargain. Now, three brothers who heard this made up their minds to go and try their luck. And first of all, the two elder went, for they thought they were the cleverest. But they couldn't cope with her at all, and got well thrashed besides. Then Boots, the youngest, set off, and when he had gone a little way, he found an osier band lying on the road, and picked it up. When he had gone a little farther, he found a piece of broken plate, and he picked that up too. A little farther on the road, he found a dead magpie, and a little farther on still, a crooked ram's horn. So he went on a bit, and found the fellow to the horn, and at last, just as he was crossing the field by the king's palace, where they were pitching out dung, he found a worn-out shoe sole. All these things he took with him into the palace, and went before the princess. "Good day," he said. "Good day," she said, and made a wry face. "Can I get my magpie cooked here?" he said. I'm afraid it will burst, answered the princess. Oh, never fear, for I'll just tie this osier band around it, said the lad, as he pulled it out. The fat will run out, said the princess. Then I'll hold this under it, said the lad, and showed her the piece of broken plate. You are so crooked with your words, said the princess. There's no knowing what you have. No, I'm not crooked, said the lad, but this is, as he held up one of the horns. Well, said the princess, I never saw the match of this in all my days. Why, here you see the match of it, said the lad, as he pulled out the other ram's horn. I think, said the princess, you must have come here to wear out my tongue with your nonsense. No, I have not, said the lad, but this is worn out, as he pulled out the shoe sole. To this the princess hadn't a word, for she had fairly lost her voice with rage. Now you are mine, said the lad, and so he got the princess to wife, and half the kingdom. So the shrew was tamed. And there we have it. Our story of bonus video for June. I dearly hope you've all had a good month. And for once, my yawn is justified with the late hour. As always, I thank you dearly for being here, friends. It's a wonder, it's joyful, it's delightful to have you all here. And for those of you who it's pertinent to, I hope you've had a magnificent Pride Month. If Pride is still to be celebrated in your town or city, excuse me, so sorry, and I hope you have a wonderful time when it arrives. But yeah, my t-shirt is trans people belong in sport. I mean, trans people belong everywhere, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm off to get the cat settled and to settle myself down. And hopefully, when we all get there, we will have a very good